Here's a deep dive summarizing virtually everything known about Skinwalker Ranch, its history, major reported phenomena, investigations, ownership changes, and ongoing mysteries. Some aspects remain unverified or anecdotal, but I'll note where the evidence is strong and where it's weaker. Chapter 1. Location and name. Skinwalker Ranch is a property of approximately 512 acres in Uintah County, Utah, near Ballard and the Uintah and Ouray Reservation. The name, Skinwalker, comes from the Navajo legend of a malevolent witch or shapeshifter, Skinwalker, who can transform into animals. Though strictly speaking, the legend is Navajo, not Ute, local lore ties the area to indigenous warnings. The region, Uintah Basin, had already been known for strange sightings and activity in the 20th century, especially UFO reports. To find out more, visit skinwalkerranch.com. Chapter 2. Ownership and institutional timeline. Here is a breakdown of who controlled the ranch and when, which matters because investigations and reported phenomena often cluster with specific owners. From 1930s 1994, Kenneth and Edith Myers, via lease, purchase, property under prior private use, fewer documented reports early on. From 1994 to 1996, Terry and Gwen Sherman, the period when many of the high-profile events that sparked this story occurred. From 1996 to 2016, Robert Bigelow, via purchase, and his research in the National Institute for Discovery Science, NIDS, bought the ranch reportedly for around $200,000. 2016 present Brandon Fugel, via Adamantium Real Estate LLC, current owner, ongoing investigations and media series. Chapter 3. Pre-1990s activity and early reports. According to the ranch's own timeline, accounts were stretching back to the early 20th century of underground rumblings and explosions around the property. In the 1960s to 70s, there were reported waves of UFO sightings in the basin, and in 1970, the Bottle Hollow Reservoir was constructed nearby. Local Ute tribe accounts tie aquatic serpent or large snake sightings and other odd phenomena to that reservoir and adjacency to the ranch. By the late 1980s, cattle mutilations had become common in the area. The ranch timeline lists 1970, cattle mutilations suddenly become common in the Uintah Basin and around the ranch. Chapter 4. The Sherman Years, 1994 to 1996. The spark of public awareness. This period is critical because this is where the narrative of paranormal hotspot takes off. In 1994, Terry and Gwen Sherman moved their family and cattle onto the ranch. Within months, they began reporting bizarre events such as large, wolf-like creatures were attacking cattle. One oft-cited account, a wolf, 3 times the size of a normal wolf, that they shot at multiple times, apparently unharmed. Cattle mutilations, carcasses found with surgical precision cuts, missing organs, almost no blood or scavenger activity. UFOs and glowing orbs. The Shermans reported orbs in the sky, hovering craft, and crop circle type phenomena. Physical sabotage, oddities. The family found deadbolts on both inside and outside of doors, chains outside that looked like heavy animal restraints. The situation became untenable and, in 1996, the Shermans sold the ranch. One particularly notable event, March 12, 1997, though after the Shermans sold it, but during Bigelow's early monitoring, biochemist Colum Callagher claimed to see a large humanoid creature perched 20 feet up in a tree about 50 yards from his position, staring at him with yellow unblinking eyes. He fired at it, it fled, and left unusually large tracks and claw marks. Chapter 5. Bigelow and NIDS era, 1996 to 2004, scientific, technical monitoring. When Robert Bigelow acquired the property, he installed serious scientific, technical resources in the hope of capturing hard evidence. NIDS, National Institute for Discovery Science, set up 24-hour surveillance, including video, thermal cameras, electromagnetic sensors, etc. Some reported findings are radiation spikes and anomaly hotspots around cattle death sites. Equipment failures, cameras, computers start malfunctioning when trying to capture events. Reports of invisible fields that seem to affect the behavior of animals or equipment. Continued sightings of unidentified craft, shapes in trees, and strange creatures. Despite all this, NIDS never publicly released definitive proof of what exactly was happening. No peer-reviewed scientific paper provided, so the phenomena remained suggestive but not conclusively validated. In 2004, NIDS was shut down and replaced by Bigelow Aerospace Advanced Space Studies, BAS, which is more secretive. Chapter 6. Government Connection and Advanced Programs. According to public reporting, funds from the U.S. government, DIA, DOD, via the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATIP, were awarded to Bigelow's companies, in part to investigate phenomena including those at Skinwalker Ranch. The government involvement lends another layer of interest, but also more secrecy. What was found remains classified or unverified publicly in full. Chapter 7. Current Era, 2016. Present under Brandon Fugel, and media exposure. In 2016, Brandon Fugel purchased the ranch, via Adamantium Real Estate, LLC. The property is now heavily guarded, with restricted public access and heightened monitoring by advanced instrumentation. A television series on the History Channel titled The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch premiered in 2020, bringing broader public attention. In Season 1 present, the team reports events such as a young cow dying suddenly, with radiation hotspots in the area and a black oval dot in the sky moving unusually. Launching rockets into the triangle, an anomalous airspace on the ranch, and capturing blob-like anomalies in high-speed camera footage. Temperature drops, portals, or anomalies showing up during ritual-type activity. These events reinforce the narrative of something active and anomalous at the site, though again, they are not definitive for closure of explanation. Chapter 8. Notable phenomena and patterns. Across decades of reported activity at the ranch, certain themes and phenomena come up repeatedly: cattle mutilations, carcasses found with missing organs, minimal blood, and no obvious predator tracks. Particularly prevalent in the 1990s. Unidentified flying objects, UFOs, orbs, lights, hovering lights, fast-moving craft, orbs overhead, including during ranch under Sherman control. Non-ordinary animals, cryptids, wolf-like creatures that don't react to gunfire, humanoid creatures in trees, large tracks, claw marks. Electronic, energy anomalies, EM field spikes, abnormal radiation readings, equipment failures. Temporal, spatial oddities, portal, triangle. Some episodes treat the ranch as if it hosts an interdimensional gateway or a special airspace, triangle, where rockets, drones behave strangely. Cultural, indigenous connection. The area is adjacent to Ute Reservation land. Local lore of the Werewolf Ridge, Skinwalker type entities in folklore. Chapter 9. Why it's controversial, criticisms and skepticism. Although many investigators claim hundreds of incidents, the ranch property claims approximately 100 plus documented by Bigelow's team. Publicly verifiable evidence is sparse. Skeptics argue that anecdotal testimony, camera artifacts, and selective release of information weaken the case. Some critics, including authors and academics, call the ranch story entirely a modern creation, fabricated in the late 20th century. See Wikipedia article referencing Jason Colavito. On online forums, some note that there is no complete chronology of all events, making pattern analysis difficult. Greater than, the closest to that are some maps, but no dates. Because the site is privately gated, research access is limited. Many observations come from inside the ranch team or filtered by media. Paranormal investigators often disagree on whether the phenomena are extraterrestrial, interdimensional, secret military, or psychological in origin, thus no consensus. Chapter 10. Why it remains compelling and what's next. The combination of multiple anomalous phenomenologies, UFOs, cryptids, energy anomalies, missing cattle, at one site makes Skinwalker Ranch uniquely concentrated in high strangeness. The current owner and media attention mean there's an ongoing stream of new data, experiments, instrumentation, launches of drones, rockets, thermal, scanning. If one takes the view that there is something unexplained happening, the site offers one of the richest case studies for anomaly research. However, until there is publicly released, independently verified data, e.g., peer-reviewed instrumentation data, open access footage, timestamps, correlated sensors, the mystery will remain. Chapter 11. Summary. What we know versus what we don't. We know, with moderate confidence, the ranch has been associated with many reports of unexplained phenomena since at least the 1990s, and possibly earlier. Ownership transitioned from private farmers, Shermans, to a billionaire researcher, Bigelow, to the current owner, Fugel, with increased instrumentation and secrecy. Investigations have been undertaken by fairly serious researchers, biochemists, physicists, aerospace engineers, and documented in books and media. Many recurring phenomenon types, cattle mutilations, UFO, orbs, cryptid animals, radiation, anomalies, equipment failures. We don't know, with high confidence, the exact cause of the phenomenon, extraterrestrial, interdimensional, natural but unknown, secret government, something psychological. The full and verified chronology of all events, including detailed timestamps and independent verification of many claims. Publicly available, smoking gun, evidence, e.g., physical artifact, peer-reviewed dataset, that definitively explains the phenomena. How much of the story might involve misinterpretation, hoaxing, selective data, or media framing? Chapter 12. Why it's important to the broader UFO, paranormal field. The ranch sits at the intersection of UFO phenomena, cryptid phenomena, cattle mutilations, and anomalous energy fields, all of which are usually studied separately. It provides a laboratory-style site, insofar as instrumentation is deployed, for investigation of high strangeness phenomena. The government funding, interest component, via Bigelow and the Dodd contract, links this to the larger UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, disclosure movement. It forces researchers to ask whether certain anomalous sites are unique because of location, geology, energy, or whether similar phenomena might exist elsewhere. Chapter 13. What to explore next? Questions that remain here are open questions and potential lines of inquiry. What geological or electromagnetic, geophysical features does the ranch have? Is there a fault line, a magnetic anomaly, or an underground structure that could explain the phenomena? Are there well-documented, time-stamped datasets of radiation, spikes correlated with visual anomalies? Could those be released or independently verified? What is the origin of the triangle aerial space referenced by investigators? Are flight records, radar correlates available? Are there other sites with similar phenomena that can be compared, to understand whether Skinwalker is unique or part of a broader category? How much of the local indigenous folklore, Ute or Navajo, corresponds with observed phenomena, and what cultural, anthropological insight might that provide? Can the collected data be made open to independent researchers to enable peer review, replication, or deeper scientific analysis? Is the possibility of misinterpretation, wildlife, secret military tech, natural geophysical phenomena, sufficiently ruled out, or does it remain a plausible alternative? Chapter 14. Final thoughts. If one takes the data and reports at face value, Skinwalker Ranch is arguably one of the most compelling locales for paranormal, UFO, cryptid phenomena in the world. The breadth of anomalous activity, across multiple domains, makes it exceptional. However, because of limited public access to raw data, high secrecy, and the mix of anecdotal claims, it remains a mystery, rather than a solved case. For anyone interested in what's going on here, it's both a treasure trove and a challenge. Verifying, correlating, and interpreting the phenomena remains the hard part.